Welcome to the Randy Savagery Show.
If they're gonna
cancel me, they're gonna cancel me.
Listening to the rebels creep, slithering into different amphetamines like a centipede. My theory is
I don't
that
care.
essentially
Go ahead, do it.
expectancy and you get too high, and it's helping me
Why are we
social
gonna talk about it? You know why. This is the Randy Savagery Show.
like a chick, I never fuck it, I promise I'll never give it up.
It's about the love. It's about the passion.
I might just get a buck. I'm trying to make it through life, but this shit is tough. Every day we meet a different.
All right. Tell the people who you are.
Auzzie Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the Randy Savagery Show. Welcome. What were we just talking about? That was the most important thing, though. Fucking. Yeah, you said you get judged, though, when you're getting interviewed. Because of where you're from.
Basically, like, anytime that I get into an interview, they always ask me where I'm from. You know, I tell them I'm born in Ann Arbor. I was born at the University of Michigan.
And kind of yell at me.
Yell at you?
Yeah, just because
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that one will connect to here. And if not, I want my external mic to kind of pick you up.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
sit where you are. You're perfect.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, they, like, I'll tell them, yeah, I was born in Ann Arbor, but I grew up in Wixom in, like, the Commerce, Walled Lake area, went to Walled Lake schools. Usually, it's like, where the fuck is that? You know?
Right.
It just jumps to that, and then it's always like, well, you grew up in the burbs, you didn't grow up in the hood. You know, it usually gets to that right away, and then it's always kind of, well, how did you struggle then? You know, and then it's kind of just ends up being, you know, cycle of some questions where it's just, well, were your parents together?
We were parents together. That's what you were saying. It always ends at, right?
Yeah, well, like, your parents have a real good marriage, you know, that shit. So
Clarence.
yeah, Clarence, yeah. So I don't know, yeah, but I mean, it's not like the whole interview. It's not.
No, yeah.
But that's usually how it'll start off. Is like, oh, you're from the suburbs, okay, and then the mood kind of sets. You know what I mean?
I think it's funny though because, like, if you're from the inner city, your strife usually springs from like everybody thinks they're better than us, right? We're poor people, and then you judge others instantly if they're not like you.
Yeah.
Which is what you hate about society as a poor person or inner city fucking street person, right?
Right.
These motherfuckers judge me, they don't know me.
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't that weird though? I always like to bring that shit up because I feel like I'm gonna say poor culture, but because I know black people, I'm gonna say black culture predominantly will do that. They will literally do the thing to others that like they hate about others doing to them.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just like instantly. It's like, okay, well, let's first establish that you're appropriating my culture. You know, that's usually
Because you're rapping. Because rapping.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
so,
okay,
which
okay.
I can't knock too much because that's a reality.
But it's an art form.
You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. But it's like how many other people did. It's just the Eminem conversation.
The
You know what I
Eminem
mean?
Conversation.
It's the Eminem conversation. Like it's always you're okay. You're white. You're from Michigan. Basic looking white dude. Okay. You know, fucking all right, Marshall.
What about Mac Miller? What about Mike Posner? What about all the other white people that have like been in the industry and have shown that like obviously the industry will pay for this appropriation? Was that the right term?
Appropriation.
I want appropriation.
Appropriation, I believe is how you say it. Yeah.
Faking the funk.
Appropriating their culture.
See, isn't it? But like,
Yeah.
so that's not even faking the funk. They're saying like, you know, Hot Sauce, that white guy.
That's
Or-
not hot sauce. That's the professor.
The professor, right? Is he Is he appropriating?
I mean, I guess you could say that, but like, I don't know. He's like an OG in this. Really, he's like been around since hot sauce. Like,
So his grandfather did.
Yeah, it's like he's like the Eminem to the street basketball. I feel like in a sense.
Huh.
I don't know. Maybe I feel this way because I live in Michigan, so I feel like instantly everybody's just like, oh, Eminem.
Eminem.
So, but
Yeah.
I feel like most white rappers probably have like a period where it's like, okay, everybody's calling me fucking Eminem when I rap. You tend to go through that phase, especially if you like Eminem.
Yeah.
And growing up in Michigan, everybody likes fucking Eminem. Well, at least they did.
I think everyone does everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, I think everybody still loves like classic.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody's like in love with like.
Even if you don't like his music, you can't deny the talent when you hear, like, even Kim. Like, you could be a fucking priest and hear Kim, but if you're educated, you can't deny, like, oh, wow, well, he's very
Fucked up, but like, damn.
great poet. Like, the words he's using are very exquisite, and the patterns he's putting it in. But I feel like that shit is kind of whack. But yeah, I can see where you get that because you're white and you're trying to express your art form through or at least originally a black expression, hip hop, right? Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's like I don't know, man. I feel like I can't like be too mad at it because it's not like there wasn't a point where there was like the only black guy in the room. You know what I'm saying? And like he felt the same way I felt or something like that. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I know exactly how you feel, but you know.
Yeah, and then also, what about the music that you rap about? Because I feel like to me, like if I was like a hip hop interviewer, if I were to be a person that hip hop, like I'm interviewing hip hop people, I would ask myself about their music, like the stuff you talk about, is it stuff from your life? Is it made up shit from a gangster's life? Because I could see people being like, you really are kind of stealing our. Like, G-Eazy doesn't talk about, like, toting guns and shooting people in the head and O-Block and Tuka this. He talks about, like, getting drunk and taking ecstasy and fucking white girls and doing things that I think that. You know what I mean? I don't really think he's faking anything
Yeah,
about
it's got
it.
like a rich lifestyle. It looks like.
So that's my question. Like, what's your music about?
I think music, like, for me, it started with like I had a struggle in my mind with something that I felt like maybe people didn't like or something that I just couldn't like an obstacle I couldn't overcome or something, and then I would write about it. You know what I mean? When I started writing poetry in like sixth grade in class, like, for the unit or whatever for English, and then my teacher like pulled me to the side and she was like, "This is really good." I was just like, "I've never wrote poetry. I don't know what you mean." You know what I mean? So then I suddenly was like, hold on, maybe I can just write down my problems and I'll fucking rhyme the words and have some fun with it. And then eventually it became like this thing of like, I have to make this song because I have to memorize what I need to do to fix it. You know what I mean? And that's like really how I started in the beginning. It wasn't even really so much that like I wanted to like make a vibe song for everybody to feel. It was more so like for me, it was like, I just want to like my bitch cheats on me. I leave her. It's like the hardest situation in my life. I'm gonna fucking sit down and write a song about that and how I'm gonna overcome it, and then I'm gonna manifest it using that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's where music started for me. You know what I mean? And then eventually it became, you know, I want to go do the shows. I want people to listen to it. You know, and then that's when you start, you know, branching out and talking to people, and then I don't know. I feel like I got a different love for music after that, and then that's when I feel like I started off wanting to be like a lyrical rapper that told you a story and that like maybe you could get through something too. And then eventually that like molded into like the like always talking about what's actually going on in my real life.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna sit and act like there's never been a time that I've fabricated a story for a song.
Yeah.
Or made it, you know, blew it out of proportion to make it seem bigger than it was for the track, just to make that track hit you the right way. Because I've definitely done that. You know what I mean? I do it all the time. But it's not that I go in the booth and I'm like, all right, today I'm gonna be a gangster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not how it works. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's not what it is at all.
All right.
It's not like, all right, which costume will I wear today? You know, I'm Seth Rogen in Pineapple Express. I'm gonna fucking go serve you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just like I'm gonna talk about my real life situation, but you know, if I want to throw a little couple extra things in there that aren't exactly the truth that someone might relate to, cool. You know what I mean? And that's really what I'm trying to touch on. Plus, there's a lot of like ways that you can reference things that you didn't do without saying that you did them.
That's true. That's true.
You can always just come up with a way to kind of involve what you want to talk about, even if it's a fantasy. You know, talk about it and just make sure, you know, everybody knows that you're just kind of painting a picture. You're not really saying that I'm out on the block shooting you in the face, or selling dope, you know.
The dope selling, the face shooting. And that's another part of this hip hop industry that I kind of wanted to touch on. Do you think that how do you feel that that is influencing maybe people of your age group, or even maybe 5 years younger than your age group? This whole, it seems to be hip hop has a lot to do with killing of an op.
It's like a development that happens like every 10 years. Like basically, I seen this video. You know, this guy Crank Lucas on YouTube. He does like these little.
Shout out to Crank Lucas, by the way. Shout outs, dude.
Yeah, he does like a bunch of like little rap comedy skits on YouTube.
Okay.
And he did this one that was like rap music from the 80s to the 2010s, and it was like for the 80s, 90s, you know, he'd have a little like 4 to 8 bar rap that he would do. In the 80s, you know, it started, everybody's struggling, we're on the streets, we're trying to feed our family. The 90s come around, we selling dope, yeah, selling dope, you know what I mean? Then the 2000s come around, it's like, yeah, I'm giving dope to everybody, I don't give a fuck with your grandma. Then the 2010s come around, and it's like, I'm taking Xans, I'm a drug addict.
I'm a drug addict.
You know
Yes,
I mean?
yes, I saw the chain. Yeah.
I want to, you know, it like the drug evolution of hip hop has gone from like, damn, we have to use what we have, to like, let's pop this fucking bar and fuck a stripper. You like.
Oh, so you're saying the evolution came from like
that's like with the drugs, right?
Okay.
So then I feel like, I don't know, earlier I said to Auzzie, I was like, he showed me a song and I was like, this song makes you want to sell dope. Like this song makes you want to get out there and get some money. It makes you, in any sense, really. You know what I mean? And shit, you might want to work out to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, that's
all right.
So, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people, and when I said that to him, he was like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I want you to want to get out there and get some bread. You know what I mean? And so, like, I don't know. I feel like, in a sense, that's like a problem in hip hop. You know what I mean? Just because, like, we're definitely glorifying it. You know what I'm saying? We're promoting it, drug use, violence, you know, whatever it is, sex.
The real stuff too, even it seems like. Do you know of the rapper Fulio? Have you heard?
I heard who I smoke. I was in they hood the same night. I'm trying to get a dog to the arms. Let's play Fortnite. Sure got killed. No, you wish he had a new bike. Nate got killed. No, you wish he had a new life. See it till you smoke. Bass meet you, that's a new pack. Rollo died with himself in. He ain't shoot back. 3 niggas died in one night. His whole crew am.
Heard of Fulio in Florida?
Nah.
Familiar with him,
Fulio,
no?
Not Fulio.
So Fulio, I think I mentioned the song to you before, Who I Smoked. It's like, it's some other Florida rappers,
Oh, you're
but
talking about Young and Ace. Yeah.
so they,
Who I smoke.
yeah.
Yeah, I heard that shit.
They
Yeah,
fight
Young and Ace,
with
yeah,
Fulio though, so they're like different teams, right?
Yeah.
But between, you know, these two camps, there's been 30 murders, real murders, dead people on the street, and they literally mention them in their songs, and
Like, I killed this guy.
yeah, little
Killed this
baby,
dude.
yeah. Who I smoke. Wow.
People think that shit's cool, though.
Well, I mean, so that's the whole thing, right? The question comes to me, if they didn't really do all that, would the numbers have been so high on their YouTube? Would the numbers have been there to make them famous, to make them millionaires? Which they are. Like Fulio specifically, he has no charges. He actually has a legal...
So, no record.
Nothing on him. On him. People around him. You know what I mean? So he's fucking made it. But like, you know, all the other ones, every video with a gun, that's getting sent to the ATF. Every fucking...
So that's another thing. One of the guys that's on that song, Young and Ace, he had made a song. It's a true story. It's about him being in the car while a drive-by happened that killed all 3 of the other people that were in the vehicle,
Including his brother.
including his brother.
Sent by Fulio's people, theoretically. At least according to Fulio on Fulio's songs.
Right.
And according to the
I
guy.
just false claiming someone else's shit, but I doubt it. But who knows?
I don't
I'm not
know.
putting the pieces of the puzzle together, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 1090 Jake does that. If any of you ever... I love 1090 Jake.
I'm not going to put them all there,
But
but
that's what 1090 Jake does, and if you ever want to see, he puts all the pieces together to show you, like, who's the real killers out there and whatnot. So, yeah, so that's all I was trying to say is, like, this influences your culture. This influences like how you all think day to day. And I almost kind of feel like it's a little bit evident with the recent school shooting with that fucking Crumbly kid. I mean, his name sounds like a Harry Potter character, but he was about that life. You know?
I don't know shit about him, but that's...
I mean, according to his own Instagram, he posted... I mean, he literally posted things saying, like, I'm going to kill this kid. And then he connected it to Who I Smoke, that song. That song, holding guns, double magazine, or extended clips. And he had a semi-automatic pistol in the school. Yeah, so he's taking all these photos with the imagery, just like these gangsters who are really committing these crimes.
Right.
And people know they really commit these crimes.
Right, so he's doing that, but the news is like, this dork over here is being bullied.
Dude.
This fucking dork.
This dork, dude.
That's crazy, and they're gonna try to paint him as a victim.
Like, I think he was a dork when he was younger.
He probably is a dork still, but
Yeah.
He just thinks he's hot or something. Listening to too much 6ix9ine or something like that.
There's a video.
He's been dancing around in the mirror and shit.
But since he was young, actually, because there's a video of him, like, 12, and he's singing the whole NBA Youngboy song. They're like, choppers on a da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, this is just brainwashing at its finest.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
But why is it all... Another thing I always... Like, why is this nationwide news? But what about when young Ace, what is his name? Was it nationwide news when his brother got shot and the whole car was shot up and shit?
It was on the news, but
It was not nationwide, though.
Nationwide.
It was just another black kid getting shot.
That's why he had to, like, take the fucking news thing and put it on his music video, because it didn't get him, you know what I'm saying? It's hard.
Yeah.
Which is fucked.
Yeah, we pick and choose.
That's the name of the game. I mean, it's just like, hey, you voice over there, here's a script, motherfucker, get out there, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're just like robots. Like, and today's, no, they don't even
You've
know.
seen Crowder, right? You've seen Steven Crowder?
Who's that?
He's a politician. He's like a YouTube politician.
No, tell me about him. I don't know anything about him.
He like worked on several news stations, but he's basically like blacklisted. So he's just on YouTube now.
Okay.
And so he sits there and fucking spits the facts. You know what I mean? He goes, fuck. He's like, yep, I went on there. They fucking handed me a piece of paper, told me what the fuck to say, and I disagreed, and yeah, they don't like me.
He says that.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Those are the ones you gotta listen to. Because those are the guys that are like, fuck you to the fucking narrative they're painting.
When I listen to the news, I listen to the wildest people like, what's his name? Fucking, Alex Jones. I listen to like Alex Jones, or I listen to Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro lies for Israel a lot, and that part of him is annoying to me. And I remember
There's
when
a lot of things I don't like about Ben Shapiro, but for some reason I still want to listen to him talk.
He sticks to the facts a lot.
Yeah.
He'll tell you a lot of facts about the.
I've seen him on Alto.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. That was cool.
I like making fun of Ben Shapiro. He's like, yesterday, and they came in, and the liberals, and what they want to do, they want to take away. That's what he does every time. He's like, and they want us to pay for it. They're going to raise our taxes. And when it's going to happen, I'm the back end.
he's like, his voice is like Obama on Fast Food.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Oh my god, dude. He's a weird guy. I always think what he must look like when he fucks his wife, dude. I always think it must be so unusual. Like, we have 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes, 58 seconds, so the kids are gonna be home. We gotta make it.
We gotta go.
Make sure we're finished. Whatever that. That's how I picture it.
Just holding his briefcase the whole time.
You know I have to drop a new podcast? That's how I picture it, dude.
I swear. There's some good ones, man, but there's not many.
Yeah, he's
Don Bongino, I'll be watching him in a little bit, but
who's that?
it's like another he's on Sling TV or something like that.
Sling TV. Dude, did you?
Republican is fun.
I have not read into it yet. Did you read into? Oh, look at Mitch trying to say some shit. What did he say? Fucking. Did you see the thing about the robots that are like self-replicating or fucking them? They can sexually
Yeah, I
reproduce.
seen that. They can
Did you read it?
reproduce
I didn't
and
read
shit.
it.
I didn't read much into it.
None of us read it.
But like, I just like saw the little picture of the nut that it showed. Did you remember?
I saw the nut. I
It
saw
showed
it.
like a little cum picture.
And it looked translucent, kind of like
Yeah,
robotic
I was
nut.
like, yo, what the fuck is this iRobot nut right here? Like, this is crazy. No, that shit was wild. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think of it. All I know is like, what movie was that? Where like, fucking, there's a movie where the robots reproduce.
Prometheus?
It's a, no, it's an older movie. It's a couple words. But I don't know. All I can picture is them just like taking over the world. They said they were like this big.
Are you scared about it? Do you as well?
No, I'm not scared about it. I was just like,
Are you scared about them taking over the world? I mean,
no.
I mean, like, what about like,
I mean, I'm not scared, but I feel like it could happen. You know?
what about like, what's it called? Fucking Neuralink and the Metaverse. Are you in any type of like apprehension to those things?
I don't know much about that shit.
So the Metaverse is already here. Like, you
Yeah,
can
I know.
go. I signed up, but it's not fucking fun yet. It's too hard to use.
I just don't even get what it is.
What's the Metaverse?
A virtual reality world.
Augmented reality world. So like, you know how I'm videotaping you right now through there. I'm videotaping me right here. Theoretically, if we were doing it through the Metaverse, then you can put the augmented reality things in. So like, if we're just watching through our phones, it's kind of fun, but not as fun. Like, let's say me and you are walking downtown New York, and we want to get a virtual tour guide in the Metaverse, but we want it to be Frank Sinatra. He's dead. We could do that in the Metaverse. Do you see what I'm saying? And then he would
I
walk.
saw that shit. That's what I was really like, whoa.
That's what it is.
That's what that. I don't know though. The dead shit is kind of weird to me.
See, that's the only reason I'm interested, because I want to talk to my dead brother. That's the only thing that interests me. Everyone I've said this to is apprehensive. Everyone goes,
How does it work though? I don't understand.
so I can only give you like
It's not that I'm like, oh my god, you're talking to your dead brother.
I know,
It's just like, how the fuck?
I can only give you the rendition of what I understand.
You're
So
just talking to a fake.
he is fake. Yeah, he's fake. It's fake.
Right. So what's it gonna do for you?
He would look as real as you do in this seat right here, because I would have like the glasses on, right? So he's fake to you. I know he's fake, but the experience is real. I could hear his voice audibly, have everything the same, right? And what they do is that they take all the digital renditions of my brother that are left over. So all the videotapes, all the whatever they got, and then they would create a rendition, and then depending on if it's good enough, I'd buy it. You know what I mean? So that's why capitalism would continue to make the metaverse better and better. If it's dog shit, no one's gonna keep buying it.
Fair. That's crazy. No. I don't have anyone that's dead that I feel like I wanted. I don't know. It feels weird. Like.
But what about like fucking 1,500 girls at once? Like, there's other applications. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just one.
How does that work though? Like, you just get like a fucking device put on your dick or something?
Well, they have those suits. They have like augmented filmer suits that people will wear like when they're making movies, so things feel more real and stuff like that. Like, you ever see the guys in like the all blue suits with the balls all on them? Yeah. So those things, you feel like a punch in the chest. You feel, and then they have ones in the sex industry, obviously, that are for that. So that's how that would end up working.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that into.
I hate
watching
porn. I don't like porn, but I love real
You know what I'm
sex.
saying? Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
So if I could have it with 1,500 women and get no STDs at one time, you know, these are just applications I'm saying that I'm not necessarily against in any way.
That's like your biggest. That's like your best fantasy you got. Like 15,000 girls.
1,500
Or
women.
1,500 just surrounded in them. Like,
Yeah, like, I mean, like, I'm
that's
getting...
your dream right there.
That to me would be an exquisite event of sexuality that I don't think I could ever, that I would even want to ever engage in real life. Like, it's too risky and gross in real life is what I'm saying.
Oh, so you're saying like you only want it.
Yeah, because I'm safe. Because, I mean, I guess there is a safe way to do it too out here if I had big, big money. test every fucking
Right.
all 1,500 members of this orgy. You know what I'm saying? It's wild.
I don't know where you got that energy, but I'm
In the fucking metaverse, bro. But that's the whole thing with 1,500 women. I don't need energy. I'm gonna lay on my back and just be like sucked on out of every orifice. You know what I mean? I'm not doing shit, dude. Yeah, I don't gotta worry about that. But
I don't know. There's like a million things I could think of like I'd rather do if I could just do anything in this fucking metaverse. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
fly?
That'd be interesting. That'd be cool.
That's what I'm saying. The applications seem
I
pretty.
feel like I can kind of already do that in the sense of real life. Like this guy died.
But you can die. That's why it's fun, right?
That's like the.
I don't know. And that's what brings in the question of these whole metaverses and fully simulated universes, these concepts. It's like, what brings our life value? In my opinion, it is death. Death is the bargaining chip that we all have to have. Nobody gets out of it. And that's why, like, when you walk up to a man who smoked crack for 25 years and has nothing, you're not as enamored with him as you are to one who's, like, the same age but has $100 million in the bank. And he made it through, like, saving the environment. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's way, like, you're going to be kind of way more like, well, how'd this fucker do it? It's because we all have a little bit of time. So if we had lived in the metaverse where you could live, like, hundreds of lifetimes, you could shoot 1 million people, like, I don't know, I just wonder.
I don't know. I just don't understand the science. You know what I mean?
Of what?
Of like the idea of living in there forever.
Oh, the whole living forever thing in there, that's a little different. But yeah,
I've
that
heard a lot of
science.
people say that, like, you just get in the scopes, then you're there forever. Okay, how, bud?
Well, so I
Like,
think
how are we there?
your friends are talking about a different concept. They're probably talking about it's so addicting you don't
Really,
want to
I've
leave.
just like seen it online. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like not. I haven't really even spoke about it too much with my friends. Like, I don't know. I just reading like people online. Everybody just like blows it out of proportion. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't really know too much about it. I haven't really looked at many videos up on it, but that's because I don't know. Even like when like virtual reality stuff started dropping, I was just like, okay.
It was bullshit when it started.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I still don't like it. It makes me nauseous. But I did like, it's way better now.
I don't know. I'm just like not even like a video game person.
Me either.
You know
but
what I mean? So I feel like that's like the lane that it is to me.
But it's not. It's more social media. That's the difference. It's really more social media. Because if it's a place and a space where a whole bunch of people get together, which it is, then it's avenues to make sales, avenues for stars to appear. That's really why the metaverse is way more than a video game. Because you eventually can be there and you don't have to, they're going to make it so you don't have to participate in any of that, right? But you'll feel like you're left out. Like you're going to be looking through the looking glass and it's going to show like a blurred out fucking thing, dude. That's how it's going to work. You're going to be like, what the fuck? And you're going to hover over it and then you're going to see like an amazing, I don't know, a drag. I don't know. Something cool as hell though, right? And that's what all the other people in the metaverse are looking at. And you're going to go, all right, fuck it.
That's interesting. I guess.
And then someone is going to be the person who made that, and they're going to be getting money. Just like everything else works. Snapchat.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
Fucking
be,
everything.
Obviously, it's a huge avenue for money. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't. Shit, I don't know. Like when it comes to like much cyber shit, like Bitcoin stocks and shit like that.
I
I
didn't.
don't know shit like too much about it. Like,
That's weird. Like, I didn't. But then I became fearful at the start of the pandemic that there would be no other avenues to make actual money. Because, like, I always followed Alex Jones. And if you, like, followed the first fucking movies he put out about, like, 9/11 isn't real, blah, 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 he said that this is kind of how our United States would turn into. Like, all jobs would be automated, is what he said. And I was like, never. Like, literally, our ports aren't working right now because we lobbied against automation for so long. Everywhere else in the world has robots doing the shit. Like, it is a reality. It's the reality of our world. So, at the beginning of that's when I started learning, like, oh, I need to learn about Bitcoin. How do I make a website? How does fucking coding work? How does the internet work? And like, you know, I think so. I could.
That's everybody's reaction too. So that's why I'm always like unsure about it. So everybody's always like, I mean, you could, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know shit. The only thing I know about Bitcoin is that like you used to be able to put some money in it and get it back. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
That is what it started as.
That's
yeah.
all I knew Bitcoin as in my life.
I remember.
That's all that's ever been. And then I don't know.
Yeah. But now it's not that.
Yeah.
It's a store of value.
I don't know. I feel like when like Bitcoin was like hitting that point when like it was like coming out and like it was actually starting to like pick up speed. That was when I was like a fucking hard crackhead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I was just railing live at a flying fuck about what was going on. I was like, trying to get money, you know what I mean? I wasn't fucking online. And then like I got clean, and then it was like for me, I found sex work. You know what I mean?
You did. So
like,
why don't you tell the viewers at home about that? You got into the internet world, but just into the sex work. What is that all about, dude?
It's a different community.
What is it? I remember you telling me. So what is that? Is there Twitter involved, or what is it?
Basically, like I lived in Ohio for like a year. Right? When I lived out there, I was like struggling to pay my bills. My neighbor told me, she was like, I'm a dominatrix on Tumblr. And I was like, okay. She was like, I'll show you like what I do. And she like, you know, she just posted a little blog or whatever on Tumblr.
Was she a white girl?
Yeah.
White girl. Okay.
Yeah, she was white.
I hear there's a lot of black dominatrix out there, but okay.
There is probably. There's everybody on there.
There's Asian dominatrix, everything.
Asian. Oh yeah.
Filipino.
For sure.
West Indie.
Oh, dude, I've seen them all, man.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Continue.
So she like showed me, like, you can just post it. You can just do this shit all online. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to meet these guys in person and like have sex. You don't have to do any of that shit.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. Like, I'm gonna post a fucking Tumblr. So I made a Tumblr, and at first I was doing it for my ex.
Okay.
So I was just like running her page type shit because she was like, I don't know how to do it.
Internet pimping.
Yeah,
right?
Pretty much.
Oh, damn.
Pretty much, you know what I mean? But so I would just run her little Tumblr. Because at first I'm like, guys don't want to see me. You know what I mean? I'm like,
right.
What? What's the appeal? You know what I mean?
But you didn't know there was a lot of gay guys out there, right? Oh, okay. All right.
So
okay.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just run her shit. But I was making some good money running her shit. I mean, I was like, whatever. So, you know, we're splitting pros on it. So I'm like, cool. Then, you know, I split up with her. We split up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just post up my own shit. You know what I mean? Fuck it. It was like 2016, I think, and like OnlyFans came out. OnlyFans came out. The second it came out, I was on it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make an account, right? So I made an account like way back. Started selling sex work on there, and then like I think there's another couple sites like Fansly. There.
Okay.
A lot of sites.
Okay.
But then Tumblr bans porn. So I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So I started looking up like who allows porn. Twitter. I'm like, oh, Twitter allows it right on the newsfeed.
They do.
I'm like, oh shit. So I'm scrolling through. I see Chris Crocker. You remember Chris Crocker?
No.
You remember the Leave Britney Alone? You remember?
Yeah.
That's Chris Crocker. I seen him getting fucked in the ass. And I was like,
oh shit,
so I'm like,
dude.
I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, they get down on Twitter. I'm like, okay, I'm fucking making an account.
Chris Crocker was taking it right in the bumhole.
Yeah, giving it to us. Yeah.
He was giving and
I
taking.
clicked his profile. I ain't gonna I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? Are you just leave Britney alone, dude?
In his whole profile, you're saying it was nothing but just giving and receiving of gay sex.
I saw like probably 5 or 6 videos where he was like on the bed getting plowed, or he was fucking.
Wow. So he was what they call.
Most of the time, I think he was just getting fucked.
Okay.
But regardless, yeah, I seen that and I was like, okay, so shit. All right, let me fucking. I'm gonna start, you know, just running it on Twitter. So I'm gonna run it up on there. And I don't know, bro. Like they've banned me several times because like I'll do sketchy. I'll post like a sketchy. Like basically, there's I don't know. There's a million fetishes. You know.
Okay.
A lot of guys like blackmail.
Like blackmail.
Blackmail.
Like
Not a blackmail.
Oh, not a blackmail.
Like,
okay, okay.
Blackmail, being blackmail.
They want to be blackmailed.
So what it is they like basically they don't want you to like take their money and like they don't want you to just like they don't want to give you the money. You know what I mean? They want to give you something to hold over their head, so they have to give you the money.
Like a picture of them getting fucked by a dog.
Something crazy, right?
Okay.
So here's my driver's license and my social security. If I don't pay you, post that shit online. Right?
It's that simple and they get off on that?
They get off on that shit, but the thing is I wouldn't post it most of the time because I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna post your shit social on there. I'm gonna get banned, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. So I would just hold it over their head. Maybe we sit there, do a little back and forth. We're just role playing it.
Like on Skype or something?
On Twitter or on Skype.
Oh, okay,
We might be messaging on Twitter, or we might just be on Skype video. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
All right, where am I at? So, yeah, I need some good weed. So, blackmail.
Yeah.
Blackmail. Okay. So, basically, we'll go back and forth, and then eventually, they'll give me money. Or I'll be like, okay, well, not, then after they give me the money the first time, then I'll be like, all right, I want something new for you to give me to hold over your head. So give me the phone number to your work. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
And are they jerking themselves this whole time?
They might be. They might not. Most of these guys are like married.
Are they at like work? Are they at work and it's like a hot fantasy they're creating through the day?
It could be. Yeah.
You don't know.
You know what I mean?
There's no way for you to know because you can't see them. Interesting.
Yeah. So blackmail is one. Probably my like least favorite thing to do in that community. Like,
What's your favorite thing to do though?
it's fucked up, but like forced in-tox. That's what they call it. So
Forced in-tox.
They call it forced in-tox. So I do it a lot because I get money fast.
Okay.
But it's like it's like basically maybe the guy will be sitting there with like some duster.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or like Rush.
Okay. Yeah, poppers.
Yeah, poppers. So maybe they'll have like one in each hand, or some math or something. Whatever the fuck they're doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever their little sex drug of choice is.
I get it.
Do. So, I'll sit there on Skype and be like, all right, like, you saw my face, bitch, like, fucking, you gotta send me an initial tribute, like, give me this much. And then they're like, okay, God, fucking, you know what I mean? They're like on their knees, fucking, and they send me the first amount, and I'm like, all right, I know you're legit. Let's get to it. Huff that fucking duster, you know what I mean? And I sit there and force them to get higher and higher.
Yeah.
And then they get to this point where they're kind of vulnerable.
Okay.
And that's when you're like, you dig, and you're like, all right.
Give me all the money.
Give me everything you got, like right now, type shit. Or you pace yourself.
Yeah.
Which is what I'll do. Because that's what they like.
They don't want to. Yeah,
I'm
they
don't want you to be like, motherfucker, you got $5,000 in your account. You know what I mean? That's not what they do.
Right.
They don't want to be robbed. Some of them do.
Some of them do.
Some of them might, but yeah, like most of them don't want to.
A lot of them want to play the game. They're in it for the game, dude. Yeah.
We're like, yeah, you might be getting high on some shit, but like that ain't my problem.
That's
you know
their problem, yeah.
Yeah, you wanted me to tell you to get higher? By all means. I ain't fucking putting the pipe to your mouth though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
That's like one of my favorite things to do because usually I get money quickly. And it's just hilarious.
Okay.
I'll do it right in front of my homies. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter because in 90% of the time that I'm on the camera, I'm just wearing a hoodie. I'm not.
That's crazy.
I'm not naked most of the time. You know what I mean? But on my Twitter the whole thing, it's fucking my dick and balls.
Oh, this is nude city.
And me fucking my girl just right on there. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I don't really care about that shit. It's like whatever. We can throw that shit right on there because that's gonna draw them in.
I would see how that draws them in.
For sure. They're like, oh, look, this guy's fucking his pregnant girlfriend. I'm sick. Let me watch that. Or,
dude, a lot of...
whatever it is. Or, oh, this guy's smoking a cigarette and fucking spitting in slow motion. Stupid shit, bro. I had a dude give me like $1,600 on a Skype session in 10 minutes while he's watching me eat grapes. Like,
Wow. Eat grapes, ladies and gentlemen. Eat grapes. Well, do you want to plug anything while you're on here? Because the battery's almost dead, and we're about 40 minutes right now.
my Instagram.
Tell them your Instagram. Tell them where to find you.
Fendi French Toast.
Fendi French Toast.
Yeah, at Fendi French Toast on IG. I think it's just like Auzzie D Music on YouTube and shit. And then if you go onto any streaming service, it's Auzzie Aw Fuck Nah, AUZZIE AWEFAUK NAW.
Okay, I'm gonna make this sounds like so no one will even hear that. All right.